combat because so many people died for these freedoms. And to me, having a director of any city's veteran administration is unconscionable if they can't understand that if we don't go and stay with what we believe in, which is the fact that the United States is founded on Judeo-Christian principle.
Yeah.
The belief in God is what started this country. Then we're lost. And this director of this facility is lost. Because if the Veterans Administration can't recognize the obvious, that it is the belief in God that has motivated so many veterans to fight for this country, then they need to go too.
Amen.
So I'm calling on this director to resign today.
We need a new director!
You know, when thousands of people can come to their cemetery and say what they believe and challenge their government, okay? Because the lawsuit that was filed is a challenge to the government. It is the same thing when the signers of the Declaration put their names down on a piece of paper. They challenged their government. And the day that when Americans cannot challenge their government, especially when American government decides to turn to tyranny on whether or not we can have signs that say Jesus, God, or prayer, we know that that is the day that we have to speak up, stand up, and fight for what we believe in. We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Back up a little bit.
That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights. That among these are the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Now, all right. Now we can go, that's the second paragraph. We can go through the whole thing. But you are the whole thing. The people on this stadium are the whole thing. What happens in America is that when we stay with God, God stays with America.
That's right.
Now, I'm a semi-retired elected official. I want you to remember the people that showed up here that are in your elected leadership. Okay? Because if Ted Poe shows up, you stay with Ted Poe. If Pete Olson shows up, you stay with Pete Olson. If Debbie Riddle shows up, you stay with Debbie Riddle. If Stan Stannard shows up, you stay with Stan Stannard. If anybody has the guts to stand up and say that this director needs to resign and that she is practicing tyranny just like King George did 235 years ago, the tax man begs you to stay with them and pray for this country, pray for them, pray for our veterans, and pray that in the 21st century we will never turn our back on God, Jesus Christ, or anything that has made this country with divine providence. God bless you. Stay with America. God bless.
Thank you, Paul. I'd like to bring up now
Yeah, man.
who's one of the leading pastors of the city of Houston, the dynamic leader of the city, as well as pastor, but also a former Army Special Forces veteran, Pastor Willie Davis.
Let me just begin by first of all saying that the word that we need to say, which is prevailing all over this, when I watched the signs coming through earlier, and that is God bless America. Let me hear everybody say that.
God bless America.
Back during the Korean War, my uncle, my father's brother, my only uncle served in the Korean War. And he served because he believed in God bless America. My oldest brother, who is no longer with us, passed away at the age of 52, served in Desert Storm, came back, and then, of course, the Lord took him home. God bless America. During the Vietnam, I was one of the many who was first the Volar Army, which we now have in America today. Many of our men and women who serve our country. When I was serving in the United States Army attached to the 1st Special Forces, Okinawa, Japan, I served with honor, I served with respect, because I believe in God bless America. Just recently, about 3 weeks ago, I flew my baby sister to Chicago, Illinois, as we went out to the Great Lakes, because one of my nephews, her only son, enlisted in the United States Navy. God bless America. We are all gathered here because of the fact that we believe in God bless America. And you know what? The irony of all of this is, and then I will move out of the way, but listen. Can you imagine the fact of someone denying me? I'm a preacher. I serve God. I believe in God bless America and the right for people to do whatever they choose to do. It is our right. Of so many men and women who've given their lives and are giving their lives every day because they believe in God bless America. Who would take the audacity to prevent anyone, any family member, for using the words as I go to my seat, that as I've lived, every president of the United States of America, in their closing remarks, always closes with saying, God bless America. That is our enabling life. God bless you. May the Lord keep you.
Right before we continue, I also want to mention that State Representative Debbie Rose graciously brought a couple of coolers of waters that are over here as well. So we're going to be moving through quickly here, but those of you who want to take advantage of that. With us today is a man who is not only serving our country currently, but has also served our country in a previous capacity in the United States military. I ask you to welcome a man who is standing with us and for us in Washington, D.C. and is here today to make that very crystal clear, Congressman Pete Olson.
Morning.
Morning.
One nation under God.
May the peace of Christ be with you.
And also with you.
I'm Congressman Pete Olson, and I represent the 22nd Congressional District of Texas.
She's talking.
And while I'm proud to be a member representing the part of Texas that I call home, I cherish the 10 years I was on active duty as a naval officer, as a naval aviator, deploying all over the world. And not surprising to anyone here to serve, but the first thing I had to do, transitioning from civilian life to life in the military, was take an oath. It's a very simple oath. I swore to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And this isn't a surprise to all of y'all, but the Constitution has what's known as the Bill of Rights in it. And the First Amendment of which says that we have the freedom of speech and we have the freedom to exercise the religion of our choice. And last week, that right here in Houston, Texas.